The journey back to myself. The race we never signed up for. Every morning, Alina woke up to the same sound, not of birds, but of phone notifications buzzing by her pillow. Half asleep, she scrolled through endless updates, people traveling, working, achieving. It always felt like everyone was running ahead while she was still tying her shoes. She rushed through breakfast, replying to emails between bites. In the taxi to work, she glanced outside. A little boy was laughing, chasing bubbles in the morning air. For a second, she smiled. But then another message blinked on her screen. Deadline moved up. Urgent. The bubble of joy popped. At the office, everyone wore their best masks, smiles, nods, endless talks about goals and milestones. Inside, Alina felt tired, like a runner who had forgotten why she even started running. That evening, stuck in traffic, she watched the sunset bleeding across the sky. No filter. No audience. Just her and the world. For once, she didn't reach for her phone. Maybe today's life isn't about running faster. Maybe it's about remembering why you're running at all. The next morning, Alina did something different. She left her phone on the table and walked to work. No taxis, no rush. With each step, she noticed things she had forgotten existed. The smell of fresh bread from the bakery, a street artist painting under a tree, a little girl offering flowers to strangers just to see them smile. At the office, the chaos was still there, flashing emails, urgent meetings, fake smiles. But something inside Alina had changed. She stopped trying to match everyone's speed. Instead, she chose her own rhythm. She worked with focus, but when she needed a break, she allowed herself to breathe. She still chased dreams, but now she made sure they were hers, not borrowed from someone else's life on a screen. Weeks passed, and people started noticing. "You seem different," a coworker said. "You seem happier." Alina smiled, genuinely this time. She had realized that life isn't a race at all. It's a journey, one you live fully only when you dare to slow down and walk it your own way. And so, every evening, before the sun disappeared behind the skyline, Alina would find a quiet spot, lift her eyes from the noise of the world, and just be. Because she wasn't running anymore. She was living. One bright morning, just as Alina was beginning to feel the balance she had been seeking, a new challenge came knocking unexpectedly and without warning. Her boss called her into his office. "Alina, we're handing you a big project. It's a high-stakes opportunity, and we need you to lead it. The deadline is tight, and we need results quickly." The pressure hit her like a wave. For a moment, her mind raced back to the frantic days of endless emails, sleepless nights, and the fear of letting everyone down. The familiar feeling of panic gripped her chest, and a voice inside her whispered, "You can't do it. It's too much. You're going to fail." But then, something shifted. She remembered how far she had come. She remembered the mornings when she walked without rushing, when she found peace in the small moments. This time, Alina took a deep breath, refusing to let her old patterns control her. Instead of diving straight into the storm of work, she started by planning her day with purpose. She prioritized what mattered most, delegated tasks where needed, and set boundaries to protect her peace. When the stress crept in, she didn't ignore it. She acknowledged it. She took breaks, drank water, and spent time reflecting, even if it was just for a few minutes in between meetings. Her focus didn't waver, and her patience grew. As the deadline approached, Alina could see the fruits of her efforts. The project came together, not perfectly, but successfully. Her team was happy, her boss impressed, and she felt a deep sense of fulfillment, not because she had rushed to finish, but because she had worked mindfully. In the end, Alina learned that success didn't come from frantic effort or from meeting everyone else's expectations. It came from trusting herself to face challenges with balance, strength, and the courage to move forward without losing sight of who she was along the way. Months passed, and Alina continued to thrive in her work, but more importantly, she began to thrive in her life. She had found her own rhythm, the one that balanced ambition with peace. She stopped comparing herself to others, stopped rushing to meet arbitrary timelines that weren't her own. She learned to say no when needed, to rest without guilt, and to cherish the moments that truly mattered. One day, as Alina sat by the window in her office, looking out at the city below, she realized something profound. The world might still be rushing ahead, and the demands of her job weren't going anywhere. But now, she understood that success was not about running at the same speed as everyone else. It was about finding your pace, staying true to your values, and learning to savor both the highs and lows of the journey. Alina was no longer running the race she never signed up for. She was living her life on her terms, with purpose, balance, and a deep sense of inner peace. And that, she realized, was the true victory. The lesson of the story. This story teaches us that life is not a race to be won, but a journey to be lived. It's easy to get caught up in the pressures of comparing ourselves to others, constantly striving for achievements that may not truly align with our own goals. The key is to find our own pace, stay grounded, and focus on the things that truly bring us joy and fulfillment. Success isn't about how fast we go, but about how well we live, how balanced we stay, and how true we remain to ourselves